Welcome back. It feels like it's been forever to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. We're we got my headset. I got the headset. Everything's fine. I got the fucking headset, guys. The audio's gonna be way better. Um, just picked up a roll-off box, and now I'm headed up to Topeka. You remember Topeka? You know Topeka, the place where I fucking hated it, where the sandwich stealing motherfucker was there. Well, sandwich stealer does not work for us anymore, which is very interesting. All right, gonna have a little bit of a bump here. Never mind, not a very big bump. Um, yeah, man, we've lost a lot of people. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say a lot of people. One of the managers got fired. Um, Interesting. He was always talking about leaving. And then I don't know. I guess they kind of made up his mind, and he's gone. But it was kind of. I don't know. For me, I always had a great time with the guy. I liked him. There's a lot of other people that said they hated him, and I'm like, I don't know how you can hate the guy. He's so nice. He bought me pizza. He bought me pizza. How can you not like the guy? And we had another truck driver that does like the route down to Tulsa, and he's gone too. Weird. But I don't know. Nobody will talk about why he doesn't work here anymore. I haven't found anybody to explain it to me yet. And I don't have his number because they give everybody a work phone when they get hired on here, and that's the only number I get from anybody. So, whatever. All right. Well, he's gone. Kind of stinks. He's a cool guy. I know he had some problems with some people, and they all got fired. He had some problems with people. The problem was a big enough problem that when he brought it up to the boss said, "Get the fuck out of here," to the other guys. And so I thought he was cool because he had a pretty cake fucking deal, dude. He was just running up and down to Tulsa and back. Anyways, we're back. Please raise roadside service. It is currently Tuesday morning. I rode the bike in today. Oh, I had a really good weekend. I'm trying to remember everything that happened on the weekend. We're gonna get a little sidetracked along the way, but hey, you guys like the sidetrackedness, don't you? Don't you guys like it? They got this bridge going up over here. This is cool. Hey, can one of you guys let me on the fucking road? How about you guys? There's a whole lane over there. How about you open the fucking lane up? All right. Move the fuck out of the way! Fuckheads! Jesus! All right. I'm gonna try to get on track here. So the Friday, what the fuck happened Friday? Let me just try to remember what happened Friday. Friday was an okay day. I got off of work. I don't know what the fuck I did Friday. Holy shit, I have no idea what I did on Friday. But I do know Saturday I was on call this weekend, so and I found out what Friday night that I was going to be working, which is always how it fucking works. Found out that I was going to be working, but I was going to be doing the late night shift, which I prefer because my son had a karate tournament, and that was where my wife kept telling me, she's like, "You need to switch on call weekends. You need to switch. You need to switch. You can't be working. You got to switch." And I said, "I don't. All right, listen. I do want to go to the karate tournament. I really, really do. But if I switch with anybody, it's going to be on a fucking holiday weekend. And I ain't switching to be on no fucking on call for the holiday weekend, okay? I was like, the worst case scenario, you videotape everything and I watch it. And it's still just as exciting. So whenever I found out that I had to work, but it was later at night, I got very happy because that means I was going to be able to make it to do that. I was able to do my on-call weekend, and they were pretty much once I was scheduled for a job. That means they're probably not going to call me. So I knew I was pretty good, and that's exactly how it worked out. We went over to my mom's house. What was this? No, that was Sunday. Saturday, woke up, and I played some video games. It was a good time, and hung out with the kids for a little bit, and then we all went to the karate thing. We had to drop off my daughter. Oh, I had to ride the bike because I was still on call, and I was like, if I get called out, I need to be able to fucking leave, and I don't want to. That it's going to get complicated. It'd be a lot easier if I just drive separate. So that's what I did. I drove separately, but I rode the fucking bike, yo. So I rode my bike the first time over to my in-laws' house, and that's where my daughter was going to hang out while we went to the karate tournament. Went to the karate tournament. Now this is where I'm the most excited about the whole weekend. And there is a couple of little things that happened in the middle of that. Damn, state trooper is just running. He's taking up 2 lanes. What's he doing? Got a DOT over here just fucking swerving around all over the fucking road. Are you drunk, sir? We should pull you over and do a DOT inspection on ya. Um, so, what was it? All right. This is what happened. Rode over to my in-laws' house, and then I just hopped in the car with my son and my wife, and because the place was right down the road. Went to the place. We walk in, and my wife was like, it seemed like we were like running late for something. So we get in this place, and then there's people taking pictures because it's a big all day event that people have been at. And we walk in, and there's people that are staggered taking pictures. They leave no fucking room to walk through, and we got to get checked in. And these fucking people are all over the fucking place. Hey, I know it's a really exciting time. Everybody's super happy, but I'm just trying to navigate my way through, and I get asked to take somebody's picture. And apparently, my wife was very unhappy with my response when somebody asked me to take a picture as she was rushing me along. So there's like a big ass family, which is fine. Hey, I have nothing against these people, but they're like, "Oh, hey, can you take our picture?" And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm trying to get through. I'm just trying to get through. I got to get checked in. And my wife just looked at me with like hatred. And as soon as we get past, she's like, "That was the rudest thing I've ever seen you fucking do." I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "They just wanted a picture." I'm like, "Babe, they were gonna want 18 different fucking pictures. We got to get checked in." She's like, "We don't have to check in for another 5 minutes." I'm like, "All right, where the fuck is the check-in?" You know, we finally get over there and we get checked in. Everything's fine, but I don't know. It was something I did that was probably, some out of the things that I can do that are rude is refusing to take a picture for somebody. I think is low on the spectrum of rude things that I could possibly fucking do. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to take my fucking picture. I'll treat you like you treat me. If I'm gonna ask somebody to take my picture, I'm gonna look around. I'm not gonna look for the guy that looks like he's trying to get through the fucking pack of people. look for somebody that's standing off to the side. Maybe somebody's taking a shit in the bathroom, and they're waiting for them to come out of the bathroom or something. You know, I don't know. I don't, and it was just all hectic in there, and I was just like, no, trying to go over here. So, anyways, that happened, but we got in, we got registered, we saw all the senseis. They were all having their lunch when we walked in, so they were all kind of bundled up all together. It was pretty cool to see them all there, and we recognized our senseis, and um, my son is just so jacked up. We've been listening to Kung Fu Fighting the whole way there, and he's ready. So they go and they sit him down, and he was number 5. So every event, he was going to be the 5th guy to go through and do it all, which was good because there were 6 kids in his group, but it was all the green belts. Like there was like 6 different groups going, and I don't know exactly how the fuck it worked out, but they go in and we start filming. I got film of all of it. I took pictures of everything, and they start out with, I think it was the hardest punch. So you get 3 punches on this bag, and it measures. And so he punches, and then then they immediately they do the they do. I don't know what I guess they do it all separately. I'm trying to remember. It was all crazy, but anyways, he got strongest punch. He was so happy. And then we kind of got used to it because they would have everybody line up a certain way after the event so they could put the trophy or the medals on the kids. And hardest punch, fastest punch, hardest kick, fastest kick. All 4, he got number 1 out of all the kids that he's been training with. He got number fucking 1, guys. It was insane. I was like, oh shit. I didn't know he was gonna run the board on him. And then we go over, and then there was like the crazy attack, which was awesome. The kids loved that one, and it's just like hit the bag. We're not measuring anything but how many punches you get, punches and kicks. You can do punches, you can do kicks, you can do both. And I think there was some sort of an algorithm in there that you had to throw in a punch and a kick. But I was, my son, he did it on his own. I didn't coach him or anything, but I just said, in my own mind, I was like, I hope he just punches because he can punch really fast for a long time. Just do that instead of wasting time with the kicks or whatever. And all the other kids, they look slow, which is fine. I mean, all the kids, they all look slow. But my son goes up there and he's just ripping out these punches like fucking a maniac. He apparently he placed 4th, but I think the reason he placed 4th is because he didn't throw in any kicks. All he did was punches. So I don't know, but he got 4th, so he got a smaller medal it didn't have the big band on it, and it wasn't the big ass medal or whatever. Because 1, 2, 3, they're all the same, but they have different colors on them or whatever. So he got 4th, so he did. I didn't want to. I mean, obviously, I want my son to go in there and run the table and get first in every fucking thing. But it seemed kind of like after the first 4, I was like, oh shit. Like, I'm so proud of my son, but it's also like, I mean, it's hard to be, all these kids, I've been with them. I've seen them all, practicing and going in and everything. And I'm like, I know my son is like top of his class, but I don't know. Feels bad for my son. I don't know. Why does it feel like that? Feels bad for my son to win everything and all the other kids that get all the scraps left over. Apparently I'm just not a competitive person enough, even for my own son to I don't know. So I was cheering, but I was like I wasn't going like hardcore. I didn't want to make everybody else feel like they were bad. I don't know. So anyways, that kind of humbled everybody. you know. All right, you got fourth. Okay, cool. And then we went to sparring, and the sparring, it's just flags. It's nothing really. I don't know. I think they should have done some like blocks or whatever. Like gave the kids like little padded sword, not swords, but like sticks, padded sticks or whatever. And whoever hits whoever and knocks them out of the circle. That's what I thought it was gonna be, but turns out they just put like a flag football belt on them, and they just have flags. And whoever pulls the flags off. And my son, he won two of them. He won 2 out of 4, which put him in third place for that. So he did get another big medal. He got a small medal, a big medal, and then he had 4 of the gold number 1 medals. And as we were walking around, there was a lady sitting at the trophy thing, and my son was like, do I get a trophy? I was like, I don't know. I don't know how this works. So we went up to it. Turns out you can turn in your medals and get a trophy. And I was like, "Are you sure you want to do that?" He's like, "Yeah, I want a trophy." And I was like, "All right." So we turned in 4 of his medals, and we got the big ass trophy. And I mean, it just warms my heart with how he act. He was just so impressed with himself and everything. I'm so proud of the boy. So proud of the boy. I think he's going to do just great. And this was really a good thing, because I don't know. If you do go to the competition, you get last in all the events. That's real. It's either going to make you work harder or you're going to quit. And most kids are probably, just going to be like, I hate karate or whatever. I don't want to do it. I lost everything. And for some people, for the good, people with, I don't know what it is, but him winning most of the events, I mean, obviously he won 4 out of the 6 events, so he's number 1 out of his class or whatever, out of this group. And there were some kids there that I didn't know. I don't know who they were from, where they were from. So, but this boy, apparently, because I had to work that night, he was sleeping with his trophy. I mean, my wife was like, it's so cute. He loves that trophy so much. He's got it next to his bed. He's got it laying with him in the bed. Everywhere he goes, he's just walking around with his trophy. He thinks he's hot shit. And but yeah, it's super cool. And I was telling him, I was like, dude, this is awesome. I was like, I've never got a trophy. He's like, what? I was like, yeah, I've gotten like little awards and stuff, like, and I've got a couple of little medals. I mean, I also didn't play sports. Like, I played t-ball. T-ball was my first event that my parents signed me up for. And I don't know anything about t-ball. The only thing I remember about t-ball is getting, uh, I don't even know how I got hit in the nuts. I got hit in the fucking nutsack with something, and my coach was just like, "Go walk it off," and I'm over there, and I'm just like, I didn't know what walk it off meant. I also didn't even know what hustle meant. So I was just over there just fucking doing interpretive dancing or something. But that was t-ball. I was probably the same age as my son in that, and then I played soccer in middle school, and we were the Purple Grapes. My coach was just really off the ball, and he waited to get the last, you know, jerseys or whatever. So we all got purple, and he was like, "Yo, what are we gonna be? We're the Purple Grapes." Just dumb. But we ended up getting second in the state. Like we did. We went to a bunch of. I didn't. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was holding the team back, if anything. I mean, if I wasn't on the team, they might have got first. But I was just I was a wall, is what they called me. I remember them calling me. They're like, "Oh yeah, Kevin the Wall," because they would kick the ball, and I would just be in the fucking way every time the ball got kicked. They would kick it straight into my chest, and it hurt. It did not feel good. But I mean, I don't know. Soccer was cool. I rode bikes a lot, so I had a lot of energy and endurance or whatever back then. And now I ain't got none of that. Now I'm fucking lazy motherfucker. But yeah, I was like, I never got a trophy. I don't know, man. I've definitely never had a trophy that like this. Like this trophy's as tall as he is. Um, so he's very excited about it. I'm very proud of him. Everybody give him a round of applause. Yeah, Levi, the karate master. So he's super excited. He's got class today. I'm hoping I'll be off in time that I can make it to karate and I can go there and I can just see how, because I was like, what are you gonna tell your friends at school and stuff and everything? He's like, oh, I'm gonna tell them I had the strongest punch and the fastest punch and the strongest kick and the fastest kick. I'm like, yeah, your senseis, because they were there, but they weren't like around. It was kind of spread out. But yeah, once he goes in, I think they're gonna do a big recognition, and he's gonna be super happy about it. And I just don't know if we should bring the trophy or not. Like, should we bring the trophy, or I don't know, like show the kids the white belts, the yellow belts, like whenever they work hard enough, maybe they could get a trophy too. I don't know. Maybe it'd be a good idea. But yeah, we got done with that. I swallowed a bunch of chew spit while I was there. There's no trash cans. Who the hell has an event and ain't got no trash cans laying around for the parents to spit their chewing tobacco into? Ridiculous. All right, semis. Are we just gonna block everybody from passing here? What are we doing? Estes, Estes, just let off a little bit, Estes. You're double. You're gonna take a while to get to where you're going, anyways. All right, there we go. Got a full highway ahead of me. All right, let's go. So, yeah, I swallowed a bunch of chew spit, so I wasn't feeling too great afterwards. But we went back to in-laws' house, and then we went and we got ice cream for the kids. And of course, we let the kids pick out their ice cream because it's a crime to not let your kids pick out their own ice cream. But they pick out cotton candy ice cream and they hate it when they get it. I'm like, you know what? Because me and mom, we got some good shit, and they ended up eating ours. Both of the kids, they both got cotton candy ice cream. It looked cool. I'm like, all right, well, next time let mommy and daddy pick out your ice cream for you because I think we know what you're going to like better than just colorful pictures and sprinkles. And then I had to go to work. I didn't have to go to work, but I didn't want to ride all the way home, sit down for half an hour, and then get back on the bike and then ride to work. I was like, I'm just going to ride straight to work. This is where some weird shit fucking happens. So I take back roads the whole way because I have a few hours before I even need to be at work. So I just take some back roads. I'm just having a good time, um, and I'm pulling onto the street that I work off of, and I see a cop coming off of the street that I work off of, come around the corner, and I'm not like speeding or anything, but I did have a nice little lean to me whenever I came around that corner. The cop saw me, flipped a bitch, came around, hauled ass, got up right on my ass end. I'm like, oh, fuck me. He's pulling me over for something. And I pull up to a stop sign, and I just stop, and then he goes, whoop, whoop, and I look to my right, and he's pulled up right next to me, and he rolls his window down, and I'm like, oh, hey, where do you want me to pull over? He's like, oh, I'm not pulling you over. I'm like, oh, what? He's like, do you like that bike? Is it good? I'm like, yeah, it's registered and everything. He's like, no, no, is it good? Do you like it? I'm like, yeah, 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 I do. Yeah, I like it. He's like, what is it? I was like, it's a DR650. He's like, oh, cool. I knew that was a Suzuki. I just wasn't sure because there's no stickers on. I was like, yeah, yeah, it's a Suzuki DR650. He's like, yeah, I've been thinking about buying one. I was like, do you want to pull over up here and you can look at it? I got some time. He's like, yeah, yeah. I'm like, all right, this is weird as fuck. So I pull over, up on the side of the road, and I hop off, and he walks up. He's like, yeah, I've been thinking about buying a DR. I noticed that I thought this was a DR, but I wasn't sure, so I wanted to pull you over just to find out. I'm like, that's kind of, I don't think you're, all right. I don't think you're supposed to do that, but okay. Yeah, yeah. It's a 99. It's a DR, and we sat there for about 30 minutes just talking to an officer. I was like, yeah, sit on it, have a seat, because he's like, is it too tall? Is it too short? You know what? I'm like, well, you kind of make it your own. I was like, you can hop on it or whatever. I was like, I'll let you take off with it if you want. He's like, well, I got the dash cam and everything. I was like, all right, well. I didn't even get his name. I didn't look at him enough to even get his name. I didn't have to show him my ID or anything. Like, he didn't ask. He was curious about the DR. He's thinking about getting one. And then he was showing me riding spots. He's like, yeah, there's some spots over here. Yeah, the cops, we're not going to mess with anybody if they're riding over here. And blah, blah. I'm like, oh, awesome. That's fucking sick. I was like, yeah. And he showed me a couple of spots that I had already been. I was like, yeah, I've been over there. And he's like, do you like it on gravel? And what? And I'm like, well, it all just, it kind of, your tires and your suspension and your riding style all kind of dictate how you like everything. I was like, I'm a big fat guy. Like, I don't, this thing will pull wheelies if I make it, but it's got I like the power, and it won't pull wheelies on you unless you want it to, or you make a mistake at first. Um, and he just was wanting to know about the bike. And I was like, all right, cool, man. I was like, well, yeah, this is it. And he's like, all right, well, have a good day. And I sped off and took off, and I was like, all right, cool. At least I know there's at least one cop over here that doesn't mind me, thinks I'm cool, likes my dirt bike. I'm like, I mean, for anything I get pulled over for a guy pulling me over just to admire my motorcycle, that's fucking badass. I like talking about motorcycles. I'll talk to you about motorcycles, man. And yeah, very, very interesting. And then I rode over to my work, and there were some guys there that were getting off of a day job on the weekend on Saturday. And one of them, I totally forgot anything about this guy at all. And I pulled up, and I'm like spinning rocks around and fucking just being crazy on the bike. I pull up, and I'm like, "What's up, guys?" And they're like, and one of the guys, this other guy, he's like, "Let me take it for a spin." I was like, "Sure." He's like, "No, I was just kidding." I was like, "No, sure, yeah, here, take it." He's like, "What if I might crash?" I'm like, "No, you won't crash." I was like, just take it easy. I'm like, you've rode a bike before? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So he hops on it, and then, I mean, I didn't tell him it was in gear still, but he fired it up, and then he was letting the clutch out, and then it died, so he killed it. I was like, oh, yeah, it's at first, so just hold that clutch until you're ready to go. And then he took off, and the other guy's standing there. He's like, I'm surprised you're letting him ride it. I was like, why? He's like, that's the guy that fucking twisted his ankle. He's got a fucked up leg right now. I was like, oh, fuck. And then there's like some construction going on around the corner from my job, and they like dropped something It sounded fucking horrible, but the echoes through all the buildings and stuff, I couldn't tell where it came from, and I thought it was him, and I came running around the corner, and I don't see him anywhere. I'm like, oh fuck. I was like, listen, I don't give a shit if you drop the bike, but if you drop the bike and break off my pet cot or fuck up something that's needed to ride the bike, that's not good. But no, turns out it was all right. He did fine. He rode it, but I was like, oh fuck, maybe I should have vetted this guy a little bit more. Forgot he's the fucking idiot that jumped off of a dump truck and twisted his ankle. Fucking weirdo. So yeah, then we went to work. Well, no, I just kind of hung out. I had like an hour and a half to just sit there and not do shit. So I just hung out at the shop, playing on my phone. I was like, I ain't doing no work. I ain't doing nothing work related other than just being here until fucking 5 o'clock rolls around, because that's when the other guy is supposed to be there. And he pulled in right on time, and we get the truck loaded up. We were missing some equipment because people don't be putting shit back where the fuck it goes, which is really annoying. People just hoard shit. They take shit to a job site, and they leave it in their trucks, or they leave it in other trucks, and then they just don't put shit away. And then whenever it's like, oh, hey, we have a confined space job we need to go do today, and there's no fucking lifelines and no fucking shit anywhere, and you gotta fucking call people and figure out where the shit's at. Anyways, we got it all figured out. We got out to the job site. We get there, and well, this place, they make a couple of different vehicles. They make pickup trucks, and they make transit vans. Some would say it's like an Amazon van. Anyways, they're all made out of aluminum, and apparently there's an aluminum factory that went down in flames the other day, or a couple weeks ago. So the truck side has been completely down. They haven't been building any pickup trucks at all. And I don't know. We were just there to clean up the car wash pit. So as the new vehicles go through, they go through a car wash, and they just go through a nice little clean once they're finished. And all the trucks were still in the line on the car wash pit. The car wash pit, like, it's a big fucking basement, but it's full of water, and it was still full. And we were like, oh fuck, like, are we doing this job today? Like, this is still full of water. Usually they pump it down. And then the guy walks up. He's like, yeah, they ain't running trucks right now. You know, the aluminum factory went down, so we're probably not going to do the car wash pit. And I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, well, all right, because they've told us that they're running trucks. Don't clean the car wash bay. Okay, we won't. But then they're not running trucks, and the car wash bay is definitely dirty. Why don't you have us clean it while you guys are down? But hey, they didn't want us to, so whatever. We just walked off, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to be ready with the transit side until like 9 o'clock. And this is 6 o'clock. So I'm like, 3 hours. Holy fuck. So we ended up going over to an Arby's and eating some food, and then just went back to the job site, you know, outside of the building or whatever, and I fucking took a nap. I took a big ass nap. It was kind of nice. And then woke up, and then they were finally ready to work. And they took them 30 minutes, you know, but we charged them 6 hours. So works for me. Went back to the shop, and we were done. So I just hopped on the bike and rode home. Oh, that was where we were sitting there talking, because the other guy that I was with, he's having problems with his car or whatever, and I was trying to help him with his car or whatever. He's like, fuck it, I'm just going to go home. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to ride home too. And then we hear gunshots, like a bunch of gunshots. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's in the direction I got to go. So I proceeded slowly that direction. There's cops and all kinds of shit going on over there, but ended up riding home, no problems. Swerving on me, Hirschbach, Hirschbach, Hirschbach almost fucking ran into me, motherfucker. Um, yeah, I ride home, I stop, I get some fuel, and then I'm riding, and I decided to take, there's a road, it's like a 35 mile an hour speed limit road, but I was like, I don't want to get on the highway, really. I'd rather just take it nice and slow on the way home, and it feels safer to be, on some city streets sometimes. So, took that road, took a nice little long ride home, and then I hop off. I get to a highway. I kind of have to take a highway at one point in time, and a fucking dune buggy pulls up, and he's got the big ass whips, light whips on him and everything. I'm like, that thing's badass. And then he follows me. We were both going to the same spot because there's behind that warehouse where all the motorcycles ride and everything, and it was a really nice night, Saturday night. So I went back up in there to see if there's like street bikes doing wheelies and whatnot. I was gonna go check it out, and then the fucking dune buggy followed me back there, but there's nobody back there, so I ended up just taking off, run back home, and had a good time. But it was kind of strange, just me and a dune buggy flying down this highway in the middle of the night. It's kind of cool, kind of cool. Um, Sunday, we went over to my mom's house. Got check that place out. They got a bunch of new furniture and whatnot because they're moving into that new house, and had a great time. Trying to think of anything else that happened over the weekend. Really, I thought there was something going on over the weekend. I forgot about it. I don't know what it was, but ended up going to work Monday morning. Drove the truck in just because I was running a couple minutes behind, and it takes a few minutes to get prepared to ride the bike, and you got to let it warm up a little bit. But the truck, you can fire that bitch up and it'll go. So I ended up driving the truck to work Monday morning and went out to a job site over at the power plant, and we're draining down the cooling towers because they're gonna clean the cooling towers, the bays underneath the cooling towers or whatever. So get a big pump set up, all the hoses ran, and then we just sat around. There was nothing else to do. We had 5 guys just sitting around, and they said we had to do 12-hour days, so I ended up kind of being late night last night. But the power plant is a lot closer to my house than my shop is, so I made the guys drop me off at my house, which was awesome because I got to go home and I got to eat dinner with the family, and didn't have to go all the way back to the shop. It was gonna be another hour and a half before I got fucking home, so that was cool. And then I woke up today. I didn't have the truck, so I had to ride the bike. It was a nice little ride today, and I'm not doing the cooling tower. I'm not doing the water tower no more this week. I got a different job every day of the week, so I'm just running around. Right now, I got a dumpster on the back end of the truck. I'm headed up here to Topeka. They got a skid steer up here. They're gonna load up my dumpster full of bullshit. I'm gonna take it to a landfill and then bring it back, and I'm gonna be running dumpster loads all week. Not all week, all day. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing tomorrow, but it'll be different. It'll be a good time. Um, oh, I fucking fell down. That's one thing that happened yesterday. Yesterday morning, I was fucking being dumb. and we were in the warehouse. We were a bunch of guys, and I said I can make this empty coffee cup into that trash can way over there. There's a bunch of hoses in between me and the trash can. So I throw the coffee cup. Obviously, it didn't fucking make it, so I had to go climb over the hoses, and I fucking fell down. It's a wake up call when you fall down. I mean, fuck, I fell the way the fuck down, and my ankle got a little bit twisted, and it was a little painful. It's still a little bit painful, but maybe that's because I was fucking making fun of that fucking ankle twister motherfucker, and then I twisted my ankle. Some bullshit. Uh, I'm also working on the railroad today, so I have to wear my lace-up boots. My lace-up boots are like 3 times as heavy as my slip-on boots. So, and I really don't like riding the bike with these boots. It's a lot more boot to get around the shifter and whatnot. So, but I went ahead and wore them because I got to be on the railroad today. I could have laced them up onto the back of the bike and wore my regular slip-ons or whatever, but decided not to. What else is going on today? I don't know. Just another round of applause to my son. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm so proud of the boy. And my daughter, she's got a recital coming up. I'm taking the whole week off. It's not the first week of December. I don't know. December 5th, I believe. Whatever that is. And I got, uh, my anniversary. I got my anniversary, got my birthday, I got my brother's moving in, my brother's wedding, and my daughter's recital and whatnot. Got a bunch of stuff. So, you guys, just wait for the Christmas recital pictures. They'll show up on the Facebook. I post up a little bit of stuff on the Facebook. So, well, after like looking at a couple of different creators I've been working with lately and whatnot, I decided to turn my Facebook profile into a professional profile or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. They say you can make money on it. I don't post enough. I even with like, oh, we'll give you money if you post up stuff. I don't want to post up shit. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to be annoying on Facebook. I don't know. I don't want to post up a bunch of shit on Facebook. I think I'm doing things the right way. I think I'm just gonna keep doing the way I've been doing. But I did create like a Facebook Pro or whatever it's called. I don't know. And I could get meta verified. Oh, I could get meta verified if I pay money. I don't want to pay no money. Just to get like a little check on my profile or whatever. I think that'd be cool. I'd do it if it was free. But I don't know. I don't know. Even the TikTok stuff, like people can make money on TikTok. Like I talked to Jiggy about that. I don't know, man. If I felt like posting all the time, I would do that, or I would even just post up random shit. I don't know. I'm on my phone enough as it is. I don't want to be on there, doing all that. I don't know what I'm after. I think I just want to just throw up these hour-long podcasts every day, and that's enough. Lane closure ahead. Use the caution. Right? Yeah, we're getting close to my job site here, so I think I'm gonna let you guys go. Just want to again give you a little update on what the fuck is going on with me. And thank you for sticking around, even though I took a few days off. I don't even know if I took a few days off. I think I took one day off, but it felt like a few. Um, yeah. right. Well, enjoy this late Tuesday upload. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.